Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. What's the bitchiest, most pretentious / entitled thing someone can have in their online profile? Always the smartest person in the room. Then you're in some pretty fucking dense rooms, aren't you, you umpty? If you think you're the smartest person in the room, you are either mistaken, or you're in the wrong room. Or you're sitting in an empty room. Only idiots think they're always the smartest person in the room. Only idiots say they're the smartest person in a room. Smart people get told it by the other occupants of the room. Probably won't swipe right on you. IDOT message first. I see this on Bumble a lot. Like. Do you know how this app works? Same with no, insert visually identifiable group here. Like, the only purpose those comments serve is to insult people. And I guess throw out some red flags right away to turn off some of the people who would have matched with you otherwise. Edit to clarify, personality traits aren't what I'm referring to here. No animal haters wouldn't apply because that's usually not something you can't tell just by looking at their pictures. No muggles. Pure bloods only. Studied at School of Hard Knocks. Get over yourself, Dale. You grew up in a suburb. Orange County Commando. Beverly Hills. I had an ex-friend put her FBIQ test results. I suggested that she take it down since her score was 87. Edit, thank you for the gold, kind stranger. But 87 is almost AB+. And I am not saying that she was stupid, but she did fall for you are our 1 million visitor website prizes, and she got catfished on 3 different occasions. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Fuck your worst, and fuck your best, too. I read this as I'm an abusive fuck and totally unapologetic about it. No thanks. Or I have the emotional maturity of a 3-year-old. What bugs me most about this is that I think the sentiment comes from a good place. Long-term relationships require being there for each other during rough times. You'll get unexpectedly laid off, you'll be injured, you'll lose loved ones. If someone doesn't want to be there with you while looking for a new job or mourning a death, they aren't the right person to have in your life when things are going well. However, a lot of people seem to have turned this phrase into an excuse to demonstrate abusive relationship behavior. At my worst should mean while struggling through difficult times in my life, but still trying to be a good person and a good partner. It should not mean I don't care if I'm being unfair or cruel, deal with it. Edit, I want to include a note here to keep this from being too hard on the people who post this quote. Some people may genuinely mean I'm looking for a partner to support me through life's ups and downs. Those who mean I'll be nice to you sometimes so I deserve being allowed to be abusive to you sometimes are in a very unfortunate mindset. They probably genuinely believe that it's okay to treat your loved ones like crap sometimes. It follows that they might not recognize when they are being abused by others, because they consider occasional abusive behavior as normal. They'll also likely push away kind and supportive individuals with their occasionally abusive behavior. If you happen to know someone with this mindset, I would encourage you to fight against the desire to be judgmental and instead see if you can explain to them the folly of their logic. If they refuse to listen, that's fine, it's not your job to educate others. But if they do listen, then you both win. Some people who think like this had horrible parents who were emotionally abusive and justified it with I pay for the roof over your head, I can say whatever I want. I don't speak broke, sorry. Comes from people who literally spend their parents' money. Weird, cause if you had enough to take care of yourself, money would not matter. I'm not your average bitch. Still a bitch though, definitely still a bitch. And odds are, still average. I probably don't like you. Edit, rip my inbox. This one makes me want to die every time I see it. You probably don't like me. Wow, how quirky you are. I will never understand why people want to be viewed as an unapproachable and perpetually irritated by the world and all people in it kind of person. It's a great way to attract a really shitty partner, so I guess it makes sense, as the only people who would continue are those who either see it as a challenge or believe they are the 1% who will be liked, aka narcissists and control freaks. Outspoken, opinionated, and I make no apologies for it. Not for the faint of heart. Colleague's unemployed wife has this on her FB. She should just write I'm rude. And save everyone the trouble of reading the rest. The no apologies part is what gets me. I can handle you having opinions and outspoken about certain stuff, but the no apologies definitely means she doesn't shut up about it. No drama usually means they are just full of it. They just don't want you to bring your own and sully theirs. This is true 100% of the time for all genders. When people say only God can judge me, every time I see that line, I cringe because I know only foolishness will follow. Your tattoo says only God can judge you, yet here I am. Gotta say, when I left the house this morning I sure didn't expect to discover my own divinity, but that tattoo is trashy as fuck, so that can only mean one thing, I guess. Putting that they won't message you first. Like, are you too good to message someone first? Or if you're reading this, odds are I probably hate you. Edit, thank you for the silver. This is Bumble. It's surprising the amount of girls on Bumble who do put that. Venmo me $5 and see what happens. Becomes $5 poorer. Fuck. I don't know what I expected. Gets scammed. Surprised Pikachu. I once saw a profile that said all the countries this girl had visited. Denmark, Sweden, Australia, Cameroon, Thailand, Japan, and many more. Then it said her exes brought her to France and China, which she did not enjoy. She said if you wanted to date her you better bring her to nice places or else. I've got a nice place to bring you, Pennsylvania. I read this first as Pennsylvania and I quietly got excited because no one has offered to take me to Pennsylvania before. Boss babe entrepreneur mommy #UEEK PM for details * winky emoji lipstick emoji *. Yeah, any MLM. Any of them. Why did we let them rebrand pyramid schemes as MLM anyway? Hey Queens, did you know that you can make $5 billion from home every month by simply joining my team and selling this amazing product? All you have to do is add lots of people on Facebook that you have 1 or 2 mutual friends with, or message people you haven't talked to in at least 5 years, saying hey fatty. You're looking ugly as fuck since high school. How you been, girl? Do you want to buy my wraps, or my pills, you fucky skack? Message me for more info, gross bitch. Zoxo. I love my 3 pink Mercedes and I took my family of 38 people to Cancun not once, not twice, but 13 times this past week alone. I also literally cured myself of 8 different kinds of cancer. This could be you. Buy a starter kit at no cost to you except $500. Slay at home mom. Is that a code for murders people and buried them under the roses? Fuck any and every person that uses the term unique in any context or circumstance. Yay fuck /u/lamilla0622. I'm not like most girls, or you know my name not my story. The last one is super cringy. Just why? I'm guessing if she was a story, she'd be a pamphlet. It always implies that they think they are important enough for other people to spread nasty rumors /ugly stories about. It's a holdover from middle school drama posturing and it's ridiculously immature and self-centered. Yeah, any of those I'm not like other girls statements are awful. Seriously, you think you're better than every single other person of your gender. Spoiler alert, you're not. Basically you're throwing your own gender under the bus to appear more attractive to men, and that makes you the worst. It's internalized misogyny. Some of us grow out of it, thank fuck. Their PayPal, Apple Pay, link to their Amazon wish list, and lol it's COSM $. Never seen this. What does this even mean? That I'm supposed to give some random internet stranger money? Bait for thirsty, pathetic dudes to give them stuff. Fluent in sarcasm. Just so cheesy and overused. The funny thing is they never are. Anytime they're wearing one of those shirts and are faced with nice shirt bro they take it as a compliment. SMH. Anytime someone says this to me, regardless of what I'm wearing, I respond with thanks. I bought it myself. Here's my pet theory about fluent in sarcasm. People want to think of themselves as belonging to team something or other, some above average quality. Sarcasm almost never means dry sense of humor in this context. Rather, it's aspiring to some kind of worldly sophistication. Being fluent in sarcasm means they're not a rube, not a fool, not a sucker. Sarcastic people are smarter than that, or so the underlying assumption goes. So this why you get dating profiles that proclaim the writer is fluent in sarcasm with no actual sarcasm in evidence. Easier to say you're on team sarcasm than to actually be sarcastic about anything. Same thing for my friends tell me I'm funny. It's team funny. Easier to wave that self-description than to actually make a joke. And in the last few years, the word sapiosexual has become one way for people to say they are on team smart. Easier to say you're something than to be something, in profile writing as in so much else. My friends tell me I'm funny. I make people laugh all the time, but I almost never tell jokes. Usually I'm just reacting to whatever's happening in front of me. I know I'd be a terrible comedian, because you can't package that kind of humor, and I'd never describe myself as a funny guy.